Why do you want to sit so far back? That's good. Mother, come on. Yeah, come closer. I feel good, you also will feel good. Very charismatic people can throw their energy to the end of this auditorium. But little guys like me, it stops here right at my stage. Jai Durga, you can come. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Sharanagata Dinartha Paritrana Parayane Sarvasyarti Hare Devi Narayane Namostute. Antar Jyotir Bahir Jyotir Pratyak Jyotir Paratpara Jyotir Jyotir Swayam Jyotir Atma Jyotir Shivosmyaham. Jai Durga. First thing I have to confess is, I won't tell anything that you people don't know. Yeah, nothing new will be told. Because all people know the truths. Yeah, everybody knows it. So, don't expect anything new. Another thing I have to tell is, forget about all that you have known before I start talking. So that you won't say, I already know it. You don't know anything. You forget about whatever you have known. And then we will talk, then it will be worth it. Or else usually cups are full and we try to talk. We want to pour some more water on that cup. I will be a fool. It just keeps overflowing, you see. Nothing goes into the cup. Because everybody comes full of knowledge, yes, because that is the truth. But now we will pretend to be fools. Forget about all that you have heard before. Then what I say would look like new. That is how children learn. For children, everything is new. That's where they enjoy life. and they learn. But as we grow, we think we know everything. And even if a diamond comes in front, we will throw it away, you see, because we think we already have it. Yes. Now, coming back to the present situation, I usually talk about eating. So this is always in my brain. So I was thinking I should talk about eating. Or should I talk about something else? And then what happened, we had for this new group, about 3-4 days ago, I was giving a talk about President Bill Clinton's first term inauguration ceremony in Washington, D.C., which I visited, you see. I took all the pains from the morning 5 o'clock so that I won't miss anything that is happening. Because I thought this is similar to Julius Caesar's coronation. Yes. This is the superpower, and the president is getting inaugurated, so I spent the whole time so that I will enjoy it. And all that I got to see was the motorcade of the president. Yes. But this modern day motorcades are a little tricky because they are all in big limousines and they're all tinted glasses and you don't see much. But in any case, I was sitting right in front on that curb on the road, you see, so that I will see. And they are all, the whole parade is filled with the similar limousines. Yes. I thought President will have something special, flashing lights, some neon signs or something. Yes. But no, every limousine is as good as President's car. Yes. And all the guys, the FBI, which is walking by his side, each one is, oh man, they're so beautiful and handsome. And so I don't know which one is Clinton. Yes. So as I keep looking, all that I saw was, of course, people are all there, I keep looking, and then in one car, I see a hand. I see a hand moving on this side and that side, and it looks like somebody is very excited. And I thought, oh no, I should know this guy, whoever is moving this hand. So my eyes are popping out of my sockets, and I'm looking, but the car is gone. And then, of course, the next limousine comes. Maybe somebody is nothing like there is no hoopla. So, and it went away. So after the whole parade was finished, I was sitting alone on the street. It looks like as if there was a nuclear holocaust and there is nobody on the streets because everything is over. I was the only survivor of the Holocaust. Yes. So I'm sitting there on the street and thinking, what am I doing? Is there a better way to spend the life? Or this is the limit of my life? So I was complaining to my mother. what is happening, you see. But I still sat there on the curb. This is not a story. This is real. There you see this pathetic Swami sitting on the streets, Pennsylvania Avenue, with nobody around, wondering what is happening with his life. Does he know how to spend his life? He has become a Swami for what? Does he have a better calling? As I sat there for a few minutes and thinking, my mother tells me, "Oh kid, do you know how you will see God?" Because our whole purpose, is to see God, especially the Indians. Others know they cannot see God, so they are happy. They don't have to look for this God, yes. But the first thing that an Indian is taught is he can see God, yes. That is in our genes. Yeah, if you look in our DNA, the first thing in the genome map will be God can be seen, and try it. So, and we're thinking, how to see God? He said, this is how you will see God. This is how you will see me. The moving hand of God you will certainly see. That hand is attached to Clinton, yes. But before you recognize, the limousine is gone. But you will see the moving hand of God in life, yes. This is what I had recognized out of all that experiences. You can see the moving hand of God. And to prove that, when I was thinking I should talk maybe about eating, which I always do, I see Abraham reading a book on silence of the heart or something like that. And I thought, oh my God, I see this moving hand. It says, talk about silence. And I thought, okay, you have solved the problem. Because I was thinking, I will talk about eating, and the first person who will really be bored would be our Swami Dharmanand. He says, man, you bring any group, this Swami talks only about eating. Because I always want to talk about eating, because most probably I will talk on another day. I don't want to go there now. Because the moving hand has told me to speak about silence. Yeah. But before that, the next day, I fell down and I got this little band-aid. And I thought, this has reminded me of something I had read. Most probably all of you may know it too. When I put this band-aid and I looked in the mirror, which I rarely look in, and I was thinking of the story I had heard about the Sufis. One of the disciples had very bad headache. So what happened on that day, he tied a big towel or something, and he went to see the master. And of course, he did his regular protocol of salutations. And then the master told him, "Oh, what have you tied?" He said, "Teacher, such a killing headache. I don't know what is the purpose of God. So, but the only way I can even come here is because I have tied this bandana. And then the teacher told him, "Oh, my dear student, the whole life, God never gave you headache. And you never tied a nice bandana to your head to show us that your head is very nice. But this one day you got headache, and you are telling everybody on the street that you have got headache so that they won't miss it. You tie this big towel. You never tied the bandana, nice one, to thank God all your life. But today, you have this towel to complain." And I was reminded of that, when I had this. My mother has kept me so happy all my life, in spite of all the problems. And now I have to put this Band-Aid and think, oh my God, what happens in life? Life is miserable. It is suffering. You should get out of this world, go to the paradise. And I thought, oh, you have to go to the paradise. My mother was telling, where was the thanksgiving for all the good days? And another story that reminded me during this time was, because this happened because of a little calf. And that calf used to love me too, because I remember a couple of years ago, and it was always a very friendly person. And on that day too, normally I don't see it because it comes little later than my walking time. But when it came, I had half a banana, you see. I eat half banana for my potassium and keep another half for any of these cows that I may meet. So this time I met this calf, and I thought, oh, very nice. So I gave this half banana to it. It ate very happily. And then it started charging me. And first time I could recognize what it takes to be a matador. Oh man, how strong they should be, they can handle the bulls. But this is a little calf, and it was not charging to it, just a little push. It knew this Swami doesn't need to be charged. You do like this, he will fall down. So it gave me a gentle push and knocked me out. And thanks to God, Mother did not allow it to walk over me. So I fell down and got this. So, but whenever I would say, if somebody asked me what happened, it was very difficult to say, that calf did it. No, that calf did not do it. Because you guys have heard of that Buddhist monk? Have you heard a similar story? No. Then I am in luck. What happened? This is a story that came into my mind because these two stories, when this happened, there was a Buddhist monk. See, they go for begging alms. So he went to the village for collecting alms. Healthy, robust young guy. Buddha had made everybody leave the home. He was crazy, like Swami Shivananda. Everybody has to become a Swami. Buddha would make everybody a monk. So this young guy is there. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, and is asking for alms. And a hard-working lady, she was pounding the rice. She saw this guy and he's asking for food. She got so wild. You idiot, you are so strong. You see me, just to get food, first I had to pound the rice. I take all this trouble. And you just come and hold the bowl for food? Shame on you. And she rattled off on 5-10 minutes of hymns, cursing him. And then she could not be satisfied with it. That marble vessel that she was pounding, and she took it and hit it right on his head, you see. And the monk, of course, is not like me. He was a very clean-shaven head that can really receive nice blows, you see. He came prepared. So he really got his head hit and he fell down, you see. Suddenly there was another lady who was passing by. She saw this monster hitting this nice monk, so she picked him up because he really fell down. So she took him home, nursed him, and then was giving milk to him. And he was drinking. And she said, "Do you see me? Do you recognize me?" He said, "Yes, yes." "Who is it?" "The hand that hit me is nursing me now." I thought, oh man, what a knowledge. No, he did not say, "That lady hit me, she's a bad lady." You, oh my God, you are an angel. You are nursing me. This is what normal we would say. But no, he was not separating them. The hand that hit is the same hand that is nursing. Even so, as soon as I fell down, the guys came and picked me up, and they held me, and I could walk, and the doctor came, and because the nose had started bleeding, so it was just pouring, literally, and my clothes were all bloody. Of course, he did something to the nose, and he stopped the bleeding. Yes, that was the best thing he did. So, of course, afterwards, whatever he had to do, the rest of the job he did. But I was thinking it is that story, some of these stories we hear and we forget, or we think that's not for us, you see. It's for that monk. It happened 2,000 years ago. No, all these stories are meant for now. It is all for present day, for today. So when that happened, I thought, it is not that something else came and knocked me out and something else comes in and helping me. No. It is the same cosmic power, you see. It's the same soul. There's the same consciousness, you see. Yeshate Atma Sarvantarataraha. This yourself is what is present in each one, you see. There are no two selves. It's the same self, you see. So the same self that motivated that calf to love me in its own way is loving me now through these guys, you see, to treat me. It is the same self, you see. So it became very difficult to say to anybody, bad calf. No, I fell down, and then it's being treated, you see. So whatever time it takes, hope Mother cures it fast. Okay, so these two stories, remember, these are very good. They come in handy, yes, where we recognize the hand. These are the moving hands, you see. When we are talking of that story, the moving hand, where it comes is, it is present all the time. That moving hand was that calf. And the same moving hand is the doctor's hand that did it, that stopped it. It is, and the whole game of knowledge is to be able to recognize this hand, this person behind the hand, whom you don't see. You will have a hazy idea who it is. And to make sure, if you can recognize that this is the supreme power of the whole universe, then you will be happy. It is this great being is the one that's moving the hand, not an ordinary being. No. It is the soul of souls. It is the cosmic power. Okay. Leaving that, coming to Abraham. Silence. Where? Yeah, it is a silly misnomer to talk about silence. And somebody, when they say talk about silence, does he know what silence means? Like, I rarely go to a silent retreat, but people have silent retreats, and people are very happy to go. And when I was in San Francisco, there was one silent retreat, and my friends said, Swamiji, you also come, we are going. And I thought, there's always some good food in a retreat. As I told you, my business is eating. So I thought, it's okay, it can be a silent or a loud meeting, it's okay, I will go. So I went and I had good food. But and first time, this was a 3 days, or I think it must have been 3 days. They knew these guys cannot be silent for more than 3 days. Yes. But those 3 days of silence, and I thought, they knew these guys cannot sit silent. They will be bored. Whole day you sit silent. So what happens? There is always some talk. Morning there's a talk, and after 3-4 hours there's a talk. So there is a talk in between. And the retreat was finished, and I thought, I was trying to find out when there is going to be silence. Because it is, they may not, of course, and you were also allowed to speak sometimes. You see, they had sometimes left for you. And when you go for eating, there is some nice music is being played. And I thought, oh my God. At least when they eat, they could shut down those speakers and we could eat in silence. This is in a big monastery. It was a very nice place in Orange County. And I thought, And the people were very happy after 3 days that they spent in silence. And most probably I was the only miserable guy there, because I thought, for once, I will enjoy some silence. But I was looking for silence during this silent retreat, you see, because 8 to 9 means the guy comes and is talking about God or some spiritual practice. And I thought, oh man, I want to experience silence. But that is so much about silent retreat. Because I made fun of it, so today I am made to speak about silence. That is the moving hand. It said, you laughed at me for the 3 days retreat. You are going to talk about silence. And I said, thank you, Mother. Oh, well, I'm going to talk about silence. Okay, I have to tell you something about this silence. You know, normally we are expected to speak about gods and angels. Hope you guys excuse me, because that is not my cup of tea. So I'm going to talk about devils. At least that will make you shut up and be silent. Yeah, if we talk about angels, you will all start dancing and singing. So what happened, one of my friends, his name is Sean, he and another person from Amsterdam and myself, we had gone to Colorado Rockies. We were driving. And then on the way back, we came through a province, a state called Wyoming in United States of America. And on the way, you guys might have seen these pictures. If you haven't seen, you have to open up Google and see it. There's a Devil's Tower. How many of you have heard of about it? You may not, because most of you are Europeans. So you would not have heard. This is in States. It's called Devil's Tower. It's in Wyoming. And its a geographic setting is very nice. It's a vast open place. It is not close to any village or any town, so nobody is there. And it's like a big canyon, literally, huge, up to the horizon. And in between, in the center, you will see a huge tower of rocks. It's most probably 150, 200 feet, or I don't want to say the numbers because previously it was nice. I could just tell you it was about 1,000 feet tall. And of course, the circumference is about 2 or 3 miles if you go around that tower. So whatever size it is, it's a huge rock piece, you see. It has got all these rock slabs. This huge tower, we wanted to see it, but you have to drive all the way to see it. It's out in the boondocks, where there is nothing close by. But this one, as we were coming on the way back from Canada into States, so this was on the way. So we stopped by, and Sean had something to work on this road rover, road ranger that we were driving. So he stayed back on the parking lot trying to repair this car. And myself and this person, we thought we will take a hike around this tower, you see. And as we were walking, as I said, there is nothing close by. And this is huge rock pieces, this tower. And as we walk, of course, every time a car pulls into the parking lot, which is far away, you will hear it. Every car that comes, you can hear it, yes. And as you are walking, you hear some other people walking behind you. And you can really hear each guy's footsteps. We know whether there are 3 people, 4 people, and then they come and they pass by because you are walking slow. And nobody is going to be keeping quiet. This is no silent retreat. And people, when they walk, they talk. Yeah, I have seen, whenever people go for a walk, they go for talking. It should not be a walking trip, it should be a talking trip. So they are all talking. So you can hear the people talk. And by chance, when they are in between the talks, whenever there is period for a sentence, you can hear the people's walk. So as I'm walking, I'm listening to these steps as well as the chatter. And the cars pulling into the parking lot and leaving. And I thought, oh man, this is a pretty noisy place. You go to this place thinking, silent retreat. This is as bad as that silent retreat. Because every time I think it is silence, some 2 people come. It's not a crowd. You don't need too many people to make noise because 2 people can keep talking. Yes. That was not a mobile time. Or else you don't need even 2 people to make noise. Because he will have a phone and he will keep talking. Yes. But this was not the mobile time, so at least 2 people would come and they would keep talking. And I would wait till they pass. After they pass, it becomes little silent. And I'm happy, no, next another 2 people would come, you see. So this was going on. But after some time, all these guys had gone, and myself and this person were there. And we were not much talking, you see, because I am not a talker. This talking is happening only because of Swami Atmanand. I'm not a talker. So I was walking, and this person was there. And nobody is close by. Then I thought, oh my God, I hear the sound of my footsteps and as well as this lady's footsteps. Chip, 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 chip. I said, oh my God, this is noisy. And after some time, I thought, I have to figure out some way. So I allowed her to walk in front, you see, so she could go past me, you see. And I waited for the distance where when she walks, I won't hear it. So that sound stopped, you see. And I was happy. But then I started hearing my own footsteps too, you know. And I said, whoa. this is noisy place. But then I thought, okay, if you don't want to hear your footsteps, you are the master of your feet. Because I remember once when I was doing some step exercises, and afterwards I'm trying to stretch my legs, I would try to push my legs back and struggle. One of my friends just came by and he said, Swamiji, why are you struggling? It is your legs. Because I was thinking, this is not somebody else's legs that you have to struggle to bend. It is your own legs. So I remembered it's my own feet. So I can stop. So I stopped and listened. It was so silent. Just like even now, oh my God, what a silence, isn't it? Did you feel the silence? It is. But the experience, the silence, of course, the first time when I felt was when I stopped walking. Because there the stones absorb the sound. And there is no other chaotic things going on. So in that place, it was absolute silence when I stopped. And then I continued. The same things repeated. Some people coming and talking, and some people walking. I hear all this. But when these things are not happening, and I am away, and I keep quiet, it was absolute silence. And I kept walking. A car comes and I hear it. The car stops. It is silent. It is silent. Somebody comes. It's their footsteps. It's gone. What is present? Silence. And as I kept walking, my experience became, what is present here is silence. We did not create silence, no. What I got there was silence is present there. What came was noise. Somebody's speaking sound, walking sound, car driving sound. But what was present was silence. You did not create it, you cannot take it away. Noise just came and floated and went away, you see. And that is what they talked about, when they said, when you go for a walk in the nature, you will get in touch with yourself. And that we never got in touch with ourselves because I always was talking to my friend. or my friend was talking to me. So we were only in touch with both of us, or not even with ourselves, but with somebody else, because we were only talking about others. So we were only in touch with the rest of the world, which was not present in that devil's tower. And we said it is all disturbance. And where is peace? Where is silence? No, it was just there. I was so excited. Of course, each one has their own experiences. And this was mind-blowing for me. This silence is present. All that I had to do, walk 10 steps and stop. That's what I did. Walk a little, stop. It is silence. We are all looking for peace. What is silence? Silence is absolute peace. They are all saying we are disturbed, our mind is in trouble. What do you mean your mind is in trouble? Shut up and stop. It was so silent. And then as I kept walking, experiencing this silence, now we are very silent. I keep silent, but suppose Abraham starts talking. Then what happens? We won't feel this silence. If I have to feel this silence, nobody should be talking. Or when he doesn't talk, I should also keep mum. And now, when I am feeling silence, that means I must not be talking. No, this was very crucial. Suppose when we walked, it was quiet, and you are experiencing this silence. When you experience this, your mind should not be chattering. Or you must be peaceful. Or there must be somebody here who is not talking. If somebody is talking in your head, you won't feel that silence. Because to experience silence, none of us should be talking. Or you won't understand even others talk also. Even if two people talk at the same time, that is what I see on Indian TV's debates. All these 5 guys are talking about politics at the same time. You don't know who is talking what. But one person can talk or nobody should talk. So if I am experiencing silence, Oh my God, my mind is silent. And the person who is there, whoever is there must also be very peaceful. Whoever is, when you should know, when I found the sound, this guy whom I call me was doing something, yes. That is what made the sounds. And when this person whom I call me did not make any sounds, there was a silence, yes. This whole operation of this I was silenced, yes. And what was present in that silence, that was me, yes. That's what you are. You are the one who is present in that silence. Because you haven't disappeared. Your real nature is even beyond silence. Because or else that chatter would disturb the silence, you say. Because you are present. But you are present and you can feel this silence. That means you are more subtle than this silence, you say. You are somebody else, a higher, more subtle, a higher being is. You are better than silence. That's what when they say, that understanding that surpasseth peace, you see. This peace or silence is nothing. You are one step even beyond that, you see. Or else you would not experience silence. No. If you are not better than silence, you are really better than silence. That's what you experience in deep sleep states. Is. That's where you really experience what you are is. Because when you sleep, there is no sound. It is silence. It is so silent even others cannot wake you up. Or all the music that goes on around you won't hear. Because you are really in a very, very, very silent space, which is you say. But that is your nature. But the closest you could feel that is when there is little type of silence that you can feel in this world, you say. So afterwards, what happened, whenever I would go with my friends, I would tell them, as we go walk, we stop. Okay, now we will walk. Because you don't ask them to stop for too long, you see. That doesn't work. It's just little, a minute, you stop. You experience the silence, and then you keep walking. And what you experience at that time is yourself. That was taught to me by a devil. Devil's tower. God bless you. I know you guys have got work to do. But this silence, try to know it. It is there. It is yours. Silence you don't produce. You produce only disturbance. You don't disturb. Silence is always present. This is the understanding once you get and perfected. you will know God is present always with you, you see. Yeah, these are the tricks to become subtle. Jai Durga, God bless you. Hope somebody gets it. Om Sarvesham Swasti Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.